Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Unless of course you're new, in which case I'll introduce myself. My name is Natalie and I specialize in ethical luxury. As you can probably tell from the swatches on my hand, this is another eyeshadow review, and it's actually part 2 of my full review of the Ilia, the Necessary Eyeshadow palette in Cool Nude. If you want to see part 1 of this video where I do a full review of the beige and brown and copper shades in this palette, just click the link that's here in the corner of the video or down below in the description. In today's video, I'm focusing on the really beautiful lilac, mahogany, and kind of like deep shimmery eggplant purple shades in this palette. The reason I wanted to break this review up into 2 parts is to kind of showcase the colors in this palette a bit better. And the reason for that is this beautiful mahogany shade here, which I believe is called Overcome. This is a stunning color to wear on your eyes if you have green or hazel colored eyes. And my eyes are actually hazel. They look pretty brown unless I like shine a bright light into them, but yeah, they do have some green in my eyes. So these colors here, these purples, are so flattering on my eyes, and I've been struggling for years to find a clean vegan eyeshadow palette that was this color range actually. And I mentioned this in the first video about this eyeshadow palette. The formula that they use for these eyeshadows is phenomenal. This is easily the highest quality eyeshadow palette that I've worked with since I've started getting into green beauty, and I've been looking at green beauty for like 6 years now. I've mentioned to you guys before, I'm not even super into eyeshadows, and this palette kind of has changed my mind because, one, I don't actually need an eyeshadow primer to put these shades down and have them stay put. My skin is naturally a little oily, so naturally my eyelids get oily as well over the course of the day, and I find that these just stay put so well. They're powdery, but they're also kind of like a creamy powder, so they stay put really well. They don't have too much like powder kick up when you're trying to put your brush in the palette or if you're trying to pat it down on your eye. I'm just overall super pleased with this palette, and yeah, after test driving it for a while, I can say that the shades just stay put so well. I'm super pleased with this palette, super pleased with the color range. One more thing I want to mention before we jump into this look is that if you want to see high resolution photos of these swatches in different lighting conditions, I'll have a blog post linked down below where you can see really up close photos of all these swatches in one place. So without further ado, let's jump into this vegan, cruelty-free green beauty makeup look. As always, I'm going to walk you guys through what I use to prep my skin, my hair, and my face before we jump into this makeup routine. On my face today, I'm using a combination of Ilia Skincare All Calm Facial Mist and a tiny bit of Smooth Boost by Wild Mint. I just dab that on sparingly to my cheeks, forehead, and neck. What I like about both of these products is they're highly effective but very reasonably priced. Wild Mint is based in the UK, whereas Ilia is a local Toronto holistic skincare brand. On my mane today, I used a few spritzes of one of my favorite salt sprays, as well as a new product for me from Inner Sense. This hairspray is one of my favorites to go to. It's Sea Mist by Herbivore, and this is Quiet Calm, which is a curl control by natural hair care brand Inner Sense. You can see that my hair isn't actually curly, it's naturally a tiny bit wavy, and this helps just make it lay smooth and feel super soft. I also busted out this old favorite. This is Silky Underwear by Lush, and I use it in the roots of my hair. And then on my skin, I use the Rawa Legendary Amazon oil. This is marketed as a hair oil, but it's a little too thick, a little too heavy for my hair, which is more on the thin side, but I love this as an all-over body oil. I rub this all over my clavicles, all over my arms, and into the cuticles and my nails, just to give me a nice natural glow. The last prep step is going to be my lips, and I'm going to use the Aventurine Kiss by Audacity. This is a plumping lip serum which adds just a touch of hydration. Moving into makeup, you guys have seen me do this a billion times. This is the Second Skin Color Corrector in Peach by 100% Pure. I focus this on the inner corners of my eyes to counteract purple and blue tones, as well as over a sunspot and the broken capillaries around the base of my nostrils. This step is imperative because it allows me to use even less concealer and foundation later. My concealer of choice is the True Skin Serum Concealer by Ilia. I am in the shade Suma 1.5. This has quickly become one of my favorite concealers, especially for summertime. It's just so creamy and blendable and easy to work with. It's great for no foundation days, but it also plays really well with most foundation formulas. You can see how well it blends out. It helps camouflage any discoloration, including these big acne marks that I have on my jawline. Speaking of favorites, here's a new one that I'm absolutely loving. It's the Fruit Pigmented Water Foundation by 100% Pure. I'm in the shade Neutral 2.0. What I love about this formula is that although it's full coverage, it's blendable and it just finishes and feels like real skin. My skin can really breathe with this formula. It comes in a wide variety of shades and tones, and it also provides enough coverage that I can actually cover my acne marks, which is a big win for me. A lot of natural foundations simply can't provide this level of coverage without looking chalky. To learn more about this foundation, check out my full review linked down below. As any of you who also have oily skin will be all too familiar with, the summertime equals excess sebum production. So I'm whipping out my beautiful Fenty Cruelty-free vegan powder makeup brush, and I'm dabbing and swirling on some of the RMS translucent setting powder. I have been using this setting powder for years. I just find that it keeps the shine and the sebum at bay so much better than any other natural setting powder that I've tried. And it's also made with a single ingredient, which is silica. I always concentrate setting powder around my mouth and the base of my nose because I find this is where I get the oiliest. And you can see how my skin just looks more matte, less shiny. I know for some of you who prefer that glowy look, this might be too matte for you, so go ahead and skip this step if your skin is dry. Next, I'm jumping into my brows. I'm not going too structural here. I want to kind of keep it light since, you know, it is the summer. And I'm using the Stunning Brows Brow Gel by Pacifica. This is another great, affordable green beauty option. And it's one that I've had in my makeup kit for 4 years now. This little gem is the Hint Beauty Brow Definer. I'm using the shade Taupe, and I will be filling in some of the asymmetry between my brows as well as the bald spots very lightly and carefully with this brow pomade. My brows, like most people, are distant cousins and not close sisters. So when I'm actually doing my makeup, I will go back and forth and alternate, adding more of an arch on one, filling in the point right above my tear duct on the other, and then of course gradually filling in bald spots. So the one downside of setting powder is sometimes it can accentuate dry patches, and I happened to notice a little spot on my cheek that was looking a little dry, so I'm just going to rehydrate my skin with this new for me Audacité face mist. This is the Aloe and Immortal face mist. I've been enjoying this facial treatment quite a bit this summer since I don't like to use a lot of moisturizer. It creates a nice hydrating barrier for your skin without being too greasy or oily. On my lips today, I'm using a super cute tinted lip balm that I picked up at our organic grocery store. I haven't been able to find this anywhere online, but I will link to some similar burnt tangerine red lip colors for you guys to check out. And then I'm just tapping and diffusing the top of my lip because I feel like my lip shape is a little sharp and I like to make a little bit of a more plumper, rounded silhouette. I'm busting out an old favorite of mine for my bronzer today. This is Tarte's Amazonian Clay Bronzer in Park Avenue Princess. Now, I will be honest with you guys, I do not purchase Tarte products anymore, but I've had this in my collection for a while. Tarte is cruelty-free and this product is vegan, but since they were acquired by a non-cruelty-free company, I've stopped purchasing from them, but I wanted to show you guys just a different bronzer than the 100% pure and RMS bronzers that I've been using nonstop lately. So I thought I'd bust this one out and just show you guys how to create a nice contoured look. One thing that I do really like about this formula is that it stays put on my oily skin very well. I definitely don't want my contour sliding all over the place over the course of the day. Another formula that I love that stays put really well on my oily, acne-prone skin are the 100% pure fruit pigmented blushes. The one that I'm using today is in the shade Pretty Naked, and I'm just sweeping that all over the high points of my cheeks, over the bridge of my nose, and across my forehead. I've shown you these lip to lid zero waste balmies by Axiology a few times now, and this shade Champagne quickly became one of my favorites. You can see how fast I was able to highlight my face and my collarbones, and this formula just sinks right in. If you're looking for something that looks natural and can enhance your features in a convincing way, this is definitely a highlighter you should check out. Moving on to the eyeshadow look using the Ilia Cool Nude Necessary palette. This palette comes with a generously sized mirror. You can do a lot of looks, and today I just want to show you something quick, easy, and still dramatic. I'm going to be working with the 3 purple kind of burgundy shades in this palette today. I'm starting off by dipping into Teardrop, which is a matte lavender shade, and I'm packing that onto my eyelid and working it just slightly above the crease. I'm then going to wrap this shade around to my lower eyelid as well, which will help create a really cohesive look. Don't worry about blending. We're going to come back and touch all of this up at the end. Now I'm dipping into Overcome, which is that beautiful burgundy wine color, and I'm packing that onto the eyelid in kind of the same area where I put Teardrop, but I'm still leaving a perimeter of Teardrop peeking through. And then I'm packing on Unravel, which is an iridescent purple, like galaxy looking color, onto the very front of my eyelids, really close to my lash line. And that's it. That's how quick I was able to get this eye look together. Now all that's left to do is to wash my fingers and blend this out a bit. I've shared this tip with you guys quite a few times on my channel, but using a bronzer is a brilliant way to get a seamless transition between your skin and any dark eyeshadows that you might be applying. So I'm just going back in with that same bronzer, dabbing it around the edge, and then buffing the powder out with my fingertips. Then I'm going in with a few coats of mascara. So guys, I told you that would be pretty quick and easy, right? What I love about this look is it comes together fast, and it just, again, I mentioned this at the beginning of the video, but that mahogany color, it just makes the green in my eyes pop. So I love throwing it on. It's so easy to do. You should be able to replicate this yourself in, like about 5 minutes. If you have any other clean vegan makeup beauty requests, please leave them for me down in the comment section below. If you have questions about Ilia makeup or any other brands, just let me know. Or if you have any suggestions about other eyeshadow products I should check out, I would love to hear your suggestions for those down below too. I am also on the hunt for a good lip liner that's clean and vegan. So if you guys have any suggestions for that, I would also love to hear your ideas for lip liners to check out. I hope you guys enjoyed following me along on today's video. As always, for even more on ethical luxury, you can tap the subscribe button or you can visit my website. I'll have the URL here on the screen, but it's also in the description box down below. I would love to see you at the next video, and I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day, no matter where it is in the world that you are located. And yeah, take care guys. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.